عليكم ورحمة الله.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
How are you, sir?
أنا بخير والحمد لله، وأنت كيف حالك؟
الحمد لله أنا بخير. هل تسمعني جيدا? Do you hear me well?
نعم.
Okay. If there's any issues with the sound, please let me know because I'm not in my main room. I'm in my small bedroom. So yes,
أوكي.
doing some work on the house. So things are not working as they should be. Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum ya Abdullah.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
هل
كيف
أنت
حالك؟
بخير؟
الحمد لله أنا بخير، وأنت؟
Alhamdulillah. Right, I'm going to get started just because we're only going to go for an hour and I want to cover at least one thing. So, just to give a quick recap of what we've done so far, we've looked at like the types of sentences, but we've not really discussed it. We've only talked about what we call a nominal sentence, right? We've not really discussed verbs that much. I mean, we've touched on it, but we need to come back to this. Okay, so these two things, I don't usually really think about it that much right now. We're going to come back to that. When it comes to the parts of speech, we've discussed the asma, yeah, the ism, masjidun, and how they decline. You guys agree?
نعم.
So far up to now, you know what an ism, a harf, and a fi'al is. Is that correct?
يب.
نعم.
Okay, when we talk about the ism, we have three states that it could potentially sit in. If it is what type of word? There's two types of ism. Do you guys remember what they are? In terms of their declinability, in terms of their ability to change the endings of the words.
مبني.
Mabni, yes.
نعم، مبني و آم،
Mu'rab.
معرب.
Mu'rab. Okay, so mu'rab, which one is this type of word? Mabni or mu'rab?
معروف.
معرب.
Mu'rab. So mu'rab means it's declinable. What does declinable mean? It just basically means that the words can sit in three areas, either marfu' or majroor and mansub. Yeah, the word that is mu'rab, basically, pretty much change its shape or like change the endings of the words, or something changes in the word itself to basically show which one of these areas it sits in. Agreed? The word that is mabni basically is just fixed. Okay, so as we talked about before, we have the word like hadha. Hadha will look like this and like this and like this, and it will be, this is called mabni. Okay, this word doesn't change in all three cases. Agreed?
نعم.
يب.
Okay, then we talked about majroor. Yeah, and we talked about the main two reasons that something will be majroor. Either we have a half jar, and then the word after it is going to be majroor. Correct?
يب.
You guys remember that, yeah? And then we
Yeah.
have mudaf and mudaf ilayhi. So, an imam of a masjid, the mudaf ilayhi is going to be majroor. Agreed?
مم.
يب.
Okay, any questions on that so far?
No.
مم.
Cool. Have you guys noticed that now that we've discussed that, pretty much whenever we discuss the concept of like, okay, why is this majroor? It's basically falling into one of these two main categories. Would you guys agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like after we've talked about these two things, almost every piece of text that we would look at, we would be able to identify that. Or a third thing is that it would be like the nat, which is the adjective which just matches the word it's describing, right? So then that would also be majroor if the man'ut is majroor. Yeah. So I want to
Mhm.
talk about mansub today. I don't know how much we'll get through it because we've already talked about how all the words kind of like decline. So we're going to go through that, inshallah. But there's two main things that I want to discuss. This is probably the most common one. Do you guys know what does this mean?
مفعول به. Object of the verb.
Yes. Assalamu alaikum ya Abdullah min Kenya.
وعليكم
I
السلام
am
ورحمة الله وبركاته.
inshallah going to ask you guys questions that I think you know the answer to, just for the benefit of like refreshing everyone's mind, and also anybody who watches this later down the line. Yeah. So
نعم.
maf'ulun bihi is the object. The object of what? This is happening. This is going to be existing in a when there's a verb in the sentence. Okay.
نعم.
And then we also need to go over khabar kana, because this one is maybe not extremely common, but I think this one is needed, because the word kana and which is the past tense verb, and the present tense is yakunu. These mean was or is. Okay. So do you know how I ask you, like, for example, kaifa kana yawmuka? And then you
Mhm.
say kana yawmi jayidan. And you say jayidan and it's mansub. Yeah. That's because
Mhm.
you have kana in the sentence. And the kana makes something mansub. So we might not talk about that today. We'll see how we get on. First, I want to talk about this because this is super, super common. Yeah. So
Mhm.
in the sentence, which is a verbal sentence, okay, we normally have something called a fi'l, and then we have a fa'il, and then we have a maf'ulun bihi. Does anyone know what these things mean?
File is a subject.
The what? Sorry?
The file is the maf'ulun bi is what's been is the action done, the verb action done on the object.
Yes. So that's the object, the maf'ulun bihi, yes? What's the fi'l?
The action being done, like the verb itself.
Yeah, the verb. So let's look at just bear with my my typing, yeah? Let's just take ذهب, okay? Okay, this is called a what type of, is this an ism, a harf, or a fi'l?
Feel.
A
Yeah.
fi'l. Okay. Actually, no. We need to do, let's say رأيت. رأى. Because ذهب doesn't normally like take an object. Yeah.
نعم.
رأى. Okay, like this. So this is the past tense verb. Do you know what it means? Check I've spelled it right. What does رأى mean?
He saw.
Yes, past tense. And then the present tense. Do you know what that is? Anybody? Okay, so the present
يراه.
tense is, yes, yara. So ra'a and yara. Okay, cool. That's fine. So we have ra'a, and then we have, let's take an object. Okay. So can anybody tell me what this word is here?
Masjid.
المسجد.
The masjid. Okay.
Mhm. نعم.
When we're talking about verbs, do we say masjidu or masjida or masjidi? Okay.
Mhm.
In this sentence right here, we're not, when we're talking about verbs, we're not really thinking about kasra. Okay, the kasra,
Mhm.
we've discussed the main things is what, a half jar and ism majroor, and what's the other one?
ما-
What's the
مضاف
other reason?
مضاف إليه.
Yes. Okay, these are the reasons that something is normally going to be majroor. Okay, so if we're talking about a verb here, we're starting a sentence with a verb. All right, then we are not going to think about kasra that much.
Mhm.
Okay, if we saw like the word like ila, for
Mhm.
example, then we will think about kasra. Yeah?
نعم.
Makes sense to you guys? So
نعم.
let's not think about kasra. In a verbal sentence, okay, the thing which has the dhamma is the doer of the verb. Okay?
مم.
So if I say مثلا Muhammadun, okay, this is now
مم.
the doer of the verb.
Mhm.
Okay, whether it has a tanween we're not looking at tanween. Okay, tanween is normally like, does this have al or not? Are we on the same page?
نعم.
Now we have an object. So Muhammad saw, and then the object is called what?
The masjid.
مفعول.
Oh,
Maf'ulun bihi. And the maf'ulun
Mhm.
bihi is going to be what? Which case?
مسجد.
Yeah, but is it going to be marfu' or majroor or mansub?
Mansub.
منصوب.
It's going to be mansub. Why? Because it's the
Object.
object. Okay. There's three components of this. Okay. We have the fi'l. It's called fi'lun. Okay. This is the fi'l. Okay. Which means what? What's the translation?
The verb.
Yes. Then we have the fa'il. What is the fa'il?
Muhammad,
What does fa'il mean? Anybody?
the person doing the verb.
Yeah, the doer. I guess we could say the doer of the verb. Yeah. And then we have the maf'ulun bihi. Agreed?
No.
نعم.
Object of the verb. So this is the. So where's the fi'l? This is the fi'l. Where's the fa'il? The doer of the verb. Muhammad is the fa'il. And where's the maf'ulun bihi? Masjid is maf'ulun bihi. Okay.
Mm.
If we said ra'a Muhammadun and then we say, for example, hamidan. Okay. Then okay, Habib, tell me what break down this sentence and tell me what is the fi'l and what is the fa'il and what is the maf'ulun bihi.
Ra'aya would be the fi'lun.
This is ra'a. Yeah.
Oh,
Imagine this
yeah.
isn't ra'a, yeah.
Ra'a is a fi'lun, and then the fa'il is Muhammad, and the maf'ulun bihi is Hamidan.
Good. Okay, so Abdullah in Kenya, if the sentence is like this, then tell me who's doing what. Tell me fi'l, fa'il, maf'ulun bihi, please.
رأى is the فعل.
Okay.
محمد will be the فاعل and حامدا will be مفعول به.
Okay, Abdullah in Toronto, do you agree?
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. Habib, do you agree?
No.
Why don't? Okay, what do you think then? What's your breakdown?
The fi'lun is ra'a,
Yes.
and then Hamidun, it becomes fa'ilun, the fa'il,
Okay.
and the maf'ulun bihi has become
What,
Muhammad.
Muhammad?
No, Hamidan.
So the whole point of what we're trying to talk about here, okay, which will make sense to you now, is the maf'ulun bihi is mansub. Okay, the object of the verb is mansub. So in this sentence, the doer is marfu'.
Marfu, yeah.
Dhamma.
Sorry,
The
you
dhamma.
switched it around. It's Muhammadun at the end. It's Muhammad is the file.
Yes, exactly. So maybe I don't know if
Yeah,
the screen's small or something, but when there's
yeah,
the
yeah. So
when we
sorry.
have
Yeah,
the fatha here, this is the object, and the doer of
yeah,
the verb is going to have the dhamma, basically, or be in that position. Does everyone agree with that now?
yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any questions about that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter where you put it in the sentence, right?
No.
Okay.
What will make a difference is, for example, if I go back, okay, if I put this here, okay, we have now started the sentence with a noun. Okay, so now this is a different type of situation, which seems it's now called a jumlatun ismiyatun. When we had the verb in the beginning, okay, then it's called a jumlatun fi'liyatun. It seems like it's exactly the same thing, but it's not quite considered exactly the same thing. But we'll talk about that when we come to discuss the fi'l in more detail. Okay, I just want to break down this concept of, okay, we have a doer of a verb and we have an object of a verb and we have a verb. Okay, we all on the same page with that so far. If I say, for example, الرجل just مثلا الرجل, then what's happening? Yeah, Muhammad, Muhammad, yeah, Abdullah in Toronto. Which is the first rajul, the fa'il, or the maf'ulun bihi, and is the second rajul the fa'il or the maf'ulun bihi?
Well, the first one is the fa'il, and the second one is maf'ulun bihi.
Yeah, so the translation is the man saw the man. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Are we on the same page here?
Yeah.
So if we switch this and we do it like this, then this is the fa'il and this is the maf'ulun bihi. Are we all in agreement? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I need to teach you one more thing before we discuss this, and I'm going to try keep it brief because I want to go back over it in the future. Okay.
Mhm.
If we have, for example, let's just say al masjid, what do we translate this as? So by the way, if we put this al masjidu, it means what? The masjid saw something. Agreed? Because it has a dhamma, which wouldn't make any
Okay.
sense, right? But that's what
Mhm.
that's why this is important, yeah? If we put a
Okay.
dhamma here, it's like the masjid is the fa'il now. Okay,
Okay.
if we put a fatha, then the masjid is the object. Agreed?
No.
So how would we normally translate this?
Mm.
Anybody?
The masjid was seen.
No. That's called a passive verb, so that's a different situation.
Would it be
Okay,
I saw the
let's just say again.
I saw the masjid?
Who saw? Let me say
The masjid
ذهب
was seen.
no. ذهب إلى المسجد. Okay, let's see if that helps. ذهب إلى المسجد.
He went to the masjid. He went to the
Who
masjid.
who who went to the masjid here?
He.
He.
Okay, he went to the masjid. Okay, when we
Yeah.
look at the past tense verb,
Mhm.
if we see this, then it means we normally say he went to the masjid. Yeah,
Okay.
No.
this is does that make sense to everyone so far?
Yeah.
Okay.
If we
Yes.
say ذهبت,
She.
what do you think, Abdullah min Toronto?
I went to the that but
I'm gonna make another sentence for you guys. 1 second. ذهبت. You guys might not have memorized this, so we at some point we'll have to memorize it. Yeah, that will be important. Okay, so Habib, what do you think?
She went to the masjid.
Okay, this is translated as he went to the masjid, and this is
Mhm.
translated as she went to the masjid. Now I'm
Mhm.
gonna make one more sentence, and this is gonna be important. Okay, you don't have to remember it, but I want to explain it. ذهبت إلى المسجد. What does that mean?
I went to the masjid.
Masjid.
I went to the masjid.
Mm.
Okay. Now, what's important, what you don't have to remember it, but I want to expose you to the concepts. When we
Mhm.
use the past tense for ذهب and ذهبت and any variation of he or she, sometimes it can be translated as it. Does everyone know that?
yeah.
Sometimes we can use ذهب and ذهبت. For example, ذهب الكلب.
Hello?
Are you there? Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, we hear
can
you.
everyone hear me? Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Look, I can so this now is not, now that I've added in this no longer means he went to the masjid. Is that, do we agree? Can you guys hear me or not?
No, we
Yeah,
hear
I can
you.
hear you.
Okay, so somebody translate this.
The dog went to the masjid.
Okay, so we don't now translate this as he went the dog to the masjid. Agreed?
No.
Okay. Now look, if we have the word the dog in the sentence, we translate it as the dog went to the masjid. Okay. If we're talking about the dog, but we that was in the previous sentence. For example, let's just say the dog ate all of the food and then ذهب إلى المسجد. We would translate that as the dog ate all the food and then it went to the masjid. I know this is a random example, but do you guys understand what I just said?
Yeah.
This word here can refer to he went to the masjid or it went to the masjid. Or if we put the word in here, then it means the dog went to the masjid. And this is only translated as went. Does that make sense to you guys so far?
Yeah.
نعم.
Does anyone have any questions?
No.
Okay, so if we put in, for example, مثلا, we say, Muhammad, then we do not translate it as Muhammad, he went to the masjid. We don't translate it as he went Muhammad to the masjid. We just say Muhammad and then we just translate this as went. Okay, to the masjid. Does everyone understand what I just said? Yeah.
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 نعم.
Now, if we were talking about Muhammad in the previous sentence, Muhammad ate all the food, and then we put this as the next sentence, then we'll translate it as not it went to the masjid, but he went to the masjid. Does that make sense to you guys? Yeah.
Mhm.
I hope I've made it clear. Now, if we're talking about a feminine thing, then we will use this ta with a sukun. Okay. So whether it's a woman or whether it's a feminine thing, like the car is considered feminine, then we don't use dhahaba, we use dhahabat.
أها.
Agreed?
Yeah.
So anybody can translate this?
ذهبت السيارة إلى المسجد means the car went to the masjid.
The car went to the masjid, correct. If we were talking about the car and we said the car passed by and then dhahabat ila al-masjid, how would that be translated as?
To the
Can you guys hear me?
masjid.
Yeah.
Say again, sorry.
It went.
Yeah. So we say the car was repaired and then it went to the masjid because the thing which is assumed to be doing it is not he or she. Okay? But if we make it, for example, Aisha, okay? Then we translate this sentence as she went to the masjid. Okay? If we then said in the previous sentence, Aisha ate all the food, ثم ذهبت إلى المسجد, we translate it as Aisha ate all the food, then she went to the masjid. Is everyone following what I'm saying?
نعم.
Yeah.
I know it's simple, but the next thing I'm about to explain is I require to have explained that a few times, okay? So if we say here, ذهب محمد إلى المسجد, I'm gonna come back to that. When we say ذهبت إلى المسجد, what is the translation?
He went to the masjid.
Who?
She or it.
No.
She went
I
to the
went.
masjid.
Oh no, the heck was I.
No, the sukun. The sukun. ذهبت is who's
Oh,
doing it?
I went. Well, I went to the masjid.
I went to the masjid. Correct. Okay. So look, can we say ذهبت محمد إلى المسجد or not? Would that make
No,
any sense? We can't
no,
say that
No.
because this ta right here means ana. It means I. Okay.
it's referring to the first person, right?
So I cannot say I went Muhammad to the masjid. That doesn't make any sense. Whereas in this sentence right here, we can put that. Okay, if I said dhahabta, okay, can I put which means you went. So mathalan, this is a full sentence here. Dhahabta ila al-masjid. You went to the masjid, yeah? Can I say dhahabta Muhammad ila al-masjid?
Yes.
This wouldn't, you wouldn't say you went Muhammad to the mosque. You wouldn't say that.
No, but you wouldn't. Then you're right. You wouldn't need to because of the habitat, right?
Dhahabta means you went. So whenever I add the two to dhahaba, okay, I cannot then just randomly just throw in like, I cannot, for example, say dhahabta as-sayyara ila al-masjid. You went the car to the masjid. Would you guys agree with that? This sentence makes no sense.
Yeah.
Okay, but this sentence here above makes sense. Okay, these top two are correct, and this one is incorrect. Whenever we put this ta with either tu or ta, so I went to the masjid, you went to the masjid, masculine, yeah? She went to the masjid. For example, if I say dhahabna, that means we went to the masjid. I cannot say we went Muhammad to the masjid, or we went as-sayyara ila al-masjid. You guys following what I'm saying? It sounds kind of silly, but do you understand what I'm saying so far?
Yeah.
What does that mean? It means that in this sentence, this here is the fa'il. What does the fa'il mean? Anybody?
The person
So we
doing
have a
it.
Doer.
fi'al. Yes, we have a fi'al and a fa'il and a maf'ulun bihi. Okay? So we'll talk about maf'ulun bihi in a second. But right in this sentence right here, okay, if I add this is the fa'il. This thing right here. This is
Mm.
called an attached pronoun. Okay? So this is so dhahaba here, yeah? Dhahaba is the fi'l. And this too, which is attached, is called dhamir muttasil. Okay, attached pronoun means me, I. This little one letter is considered the fa'il. Okay? And then in this sentence, we don't have a maf'ulun bihi because this is, it's slightly different. But let's just, did you guys understand what I said or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I said dhahabta ila al-masjid, where is the fa'il?
The 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 ta.
The ta is the fa'il, meaning anta, yeah? You
Yeah.
went. Okay, so this is the, so dhahaba is the fi'l, the verb, and ta, the dhamir, pronoun, muttasil, attached pronoun, this is the type of pronoun that we attach to the verb, is considered the fa'il in the sentence, if we break down the sentence. Okay, is everyone on board with that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to this now.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yes.
I don't want to digress, but you know the Ilal Masjid. How does that stop being the maf'ulun bihi?
Because now we have a half jar and ism majroor. So
Right. Okay.
basically, it just slightly changes the, what we call the i'rab. So let's
Right.
make it let's just make it like to keep a fi'l and a fa'il and maf'ul bih, because we're talking about things which are mansub. Yeah.
Mm.
Ra'at, ra'at, is that how we say it? I'll have to double check that. I don't know how we say the feminine. I feel like there's got to be something else. She saw, ra'at. Okay, it's spelled like that. Okay. Let's say al-masjid. So what do we translate this as? The top one.
He
Sorry?
He saw the masjid.
We translated as he saw. Could it be it? A masculine thing. Could it be it?
Yeah.
No.
It can be, yeah.
Yeah.
So And then if we put something into the sentence, like for example, we put Muhammad, then how do we translate that?
Muhammad
saw
saw the masjid.
Correct. And this one?
Aisha saw the masjid.
And this one?
I saw
I
the
saw.
I saw
Okay.
the masjid.
So this is the fi'l, and this is the fa'il. Muhammad is the fa'il, and the maf'ulun bihi is al-masjid. Does everyone agree with that?
Yeah.
Here we have ra'at. Aishatu al-masjida. So this is the fi'l. Yes, and Aishatu is the fa'il, and al-masjida is the maf'ulun bihi. Okay, what about this one, Habib?
The ta, the with the dhamma is myself, Anna, which is the maf'ulun bihi. No, sorry, the fa'il. The ta is,
Fa'il.
yeah, the fa'il. The ta is a fa'il.
Okay, where's the fi'l? What is the
The
fi'l?
fi'il is a ra'i.
Ra'a. Yes, ra'a.
Ra'a.
Or it's just kind of weird the way you conjugate it, as in like it changes to a ya here, but it's actually ra'a. So ra'a is the fi'l, and
Yeah,
then the ta is the
the fa'il.
fa'il, and then masjid is maf'ulun bihi. Okay,
Um,
does everyone agree with that so far?
Yep.
If I delete this is the final point I want to make on this, and then hopefully, guys, it will make sense to you guys. If I delete Muhammad and Aisha, we translate this as he went to the masjid. Oh, sorry, he saw the masjid and she saw the masjid. Correct?
yeah.
But where is the fa'il in this sentence? This is allowed, yeah?
Mm.
Ra'a al-masjid. Where's the fa'il in these two sentences?
Um, it's there, but it's implied, is it?
Does anyone have a different opinion?
It's not written, but implied.
Yes. What do you think, Abdullah's?
I agree with the Habib.
What do you think, Abdullah in Toronto?
It's not apparent. I agree it's implied, but
Yes, correct. Okay. In this one and this one, if we just have, for example, ذهب إلى المسجد or al-masjid, for example, then the past tense one, which we use normally for, which ones do we use it for? We use it for huwa, and we use it for here. Yes? What we do in this sentence here is we assume it to be huwa, unless right here something else will appear. Okay, in only these two. So in the past tense for huwa, we normally translate it as he saw the masjid or it saw the masjid. And in ra'at, either she saw the masjid or it saw the masjid. Okay, if we put now Muhammad, this might seem a bit confusing. If we put Muhammad into the sentence, okay, now it becomes an apparent fa'il. Okay, what does fa'il mean?
The do of the verb.
Yes, correct. So now in this sentence, the fa'il is apparent. Agreed? Does everyone agree on that or not?
Yeah.
Everyone should agree that now the fa'il is apparent in the sentence. Okay, if I delete Muhammad from the sentence, then it's assumed to be him. Okay, why is this relevant? Because when we start with, we can say this. What does this mean?
The people saw the masjid.
Yes. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Okay. What we can do here is now this is a plural thing, okay? and it means the people saw the masjid. And this word is only translated as saw. It's not translated as he saw the people the masjid. Does that make sense to you guys or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it doesn't make sense, then please tell me, okay? And this is translated here as the women saw the masjid. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So these two, the past tense for huwa and here, can either mean he, as in ra'a Muhammad. Okay? We either say he saw the masjid, okay? But if we said, for example, al-kalbu, then it means the dog saw the masjid. Agreed? So if we put Muhammad there, it means Muhammad saw the masjid. If we put al-kalbu, it means it, basically, the dog saw the masjid. If we put an-nasu, it means the people saw the masjid. Does that make sense to everyone or not?
Yeah.
If that's confusing, please tell me. Everyone's on board, yes? Okay, we'll come back to that because I feel like that's confusing to you guys. I don't know if it's clear or not. So, what I want to go through now is let's go through, inshallah, in the last 20 minutes. We talked about mansub and we talked about maf'ulun bihi, which is the object of the verb. Agreed? So, ra'ayta masjidan. What does that mean?
You saw the
You saw the masjid.
or a masjid.
Yes, a masjid. Agreed?
A masjid.
I've translated this here. Sorry, I've put this in a different color because I want to, after having explain that we have the fi'al and we have the fa'il, which is anta, which is you, and we have the maf'ulun bihi, which is the object. So we have three components here. Agreed?
Yeah.
If we delete that ta and we put it like this, what does it mean?
He or it saw the masjid.
So we'll probably translate it as he saw the
Or
masjid.
a
Or sorry,
masjid.
he saw a masjid. Yes, correct. Now, where is the fa'il?
It's assumed.
It's assumed to be huwa, right? We assume, so we translate it as he saw. We assume it to be huwa.
Mhm.
Okay. But if, for example, we had the word annas, now we know it is not huwa. Agreed? Now the fa'il is apparent in the sentence, and the fa'il is not translated as he. Does that make sense to everyone? Yeah, I feel like that's
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah.
Why is this relevant? Because when we start a sentence with a verb, this is how the sentence will look. We use the past tense. If we're using a past tense sentence, yeah, we will either use the one for huwa or for hiya. Okay, there is a plural version of this ra'a, which means they saw. We want to explain that now for the sake of time, but we can make this ra'a, which normally means he saw, into they saw. Okay, but when we start the sentence with a verb, we use either huwa or hiya. If we're talking about anything other than like I, you, we, you know, does that make sense to you guys or not?
Yeah.
We'll go over it again. Don't worry. Okay. So here we have ra'aytu or ra'ayta. This is an apparent pronoun. So it's the fi'l and the fa'il and maf'ulun bihi. Okay, let's continue. So we had masjidun, then we have al-masjid. Okay, so we should be pretty quick with this moving forward, yeah? What is the translation, please, Eunice?
You saw the mosque.
You saw the mosque. Okay, Habib, where's the maf'ulun bihi?
On رأيت المسجد. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, on this sentence, where's the maf'ulun bihi?
المسجد.
Okay, Abdullah in Toronto, where is the fa'il?
Oh, the tar.
Okay, Abdullah in Kenya, where is the fi'l?
رأي.
Ra'a, yeah. Ra'a. As in like it changes to a ya when we stick a pronoun on it, okay?
It's
What if I didn't mention this ta is not considered a pronoun, okay? But this one is, and if I make this is a pronoun, this is a pronoun, this is a pronoun, this is a pronoun. We'll go over that in the future. Okay, we'll come back to that because I've got a table for you. But this has not got a pronoun attached to it, and neither is this. Just to go over that one more time. Okay, let's complete the table now. Okay, we have masajidu. What kind of word is that? Somebody shout out, please.
ممنوع من الصرف.
ممنوع من الصرف. Doesn't take what two things?
كسرا فتحة
Oh, it does take a fatha.
كسر
It doesn't
إن
take a. No, it does take alif lam. Or
تنوين
al. Tanween, yes. It doesn't take tanween. It doesn't take kasra. Okay, agreed, everybody?
نعم.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does this mean? Somebody, anybody?
يصاد
And you saw
المسجد.
masjid.
You saw masjids.
Mm,
Not the masjids, just masjids.
okay.
Okay, this is a mistake. I probably have to do some corrections here, yeah? Should this have a kasra?
No.
No, what should it have?
No.
فتحة
Fatha. Okay, somebody translate.
You
saw
saw
The masjids.
the masjid.
You saw the masjids. Correct? Okay. What about, what type of word is this?
ممنوع من الصرف.
Yeah, it's a proper noun, which means it's a name of like a place or a thing or a person. It's a
No.
type of name, which is mamnu' min as-sarf. Doesn't take kasra, doesn't take tanween. Okay? So when it is mansub, by the way, this is the whole point I'm trying to show you. When these words become mansub, how do they look? Okay? So we have ra'ayta hamzata. So this is the fi'l, ra'a. And this is the fa'il, which is anta. Yeah? You. And then hamza is the maf'ulun bihi. Everyone on board? Yeah? Okay,
No.
good. Next one. What does this mean? Translate somebody.
You saw Musa
You saw Musa. Okay, what is this in the sentence?
مفعول به.
Maf'ulun bihi. And this one?
The fa'il.
The fa'il. And this one?
فعل
Okay.
Yeah.
I know I'm asking you guys like it might seem a bit boring, but I want to make sure like we've covered this. Okay. Then we have Muslimani. What's the translation?
the Muslims
Two Muslims.
The two Muslims.
Ah,
Okay.
mm.
Either two males or a male and a female. Okay. Now this just means the Muslims. Okay, this is marfu'. Marfu' meaning it's basically like this. Okay. Now what happens when this becomes mansub? When it becomes the object of the verb, what is going to change?
ألف yeah
So the alif becomes a ya. Okay. What if this word becomes majroor? Anybody?
it's the same
It's the same. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yeah.
What I just said or not? Have you guys
Yeah.
forgotten? So we had al-muslimani, yeah? If we have ila, which is a half jar, and then this becomes ism majroor, the alif turns to a ya. Agreed?
Yeah.
If it is mansub, then the alif also turns to a ya. Okay? So then we have to figure out what's going on in the sentence. Agreed? We have to figure out, is this word majroor or is this word mansub? Okay? Next one, translation. So this is the exact same concept, yeah? The alif turns into a ya when it's mansub. What does this one mean?
you see the two Muslim women
You see,
So
you saw, yeah? So
oh
this
yeah
is the
you saw
fi'l,
yeah you saw
this is the fi'l, this is the fa'il, and this is the maf'ulun bihi. And its sign of being mansub is not the alif, but it's the ya. Agreed?
Yep.
Okay. Muslimuna, what does it mean?
The Muslims.
The
Muslims.
Muslims. Yes. Now we have again the fi'l and the fa'il and the maf'ulun bihi, and the sign of it being mansub is the waw changes into a ya. Agreed?
Mm.
Okay, if this word is majroor, what will happen here? What does the waw turn into?
Yeah.
Mm.
Does anyone think it will be anything other than a ya? Okay, cool. It's gonna be a ya. Yeah? No. We have this. So this is called a what? What type of plural is this?
Sound masculine.
Sound masculine plural. And this one?
Down feminine.
Feminine.
Okay. This should not be blue. Okay. This should be the exact same color as the word. Why? Because in these examples here, the alif changes to a ya. This is the dual. Anyone know the name for dual?
Muthanna.
Called muthanna. Very good. Okay, so this is muthanna. So this is a mufrad, singular. Okay, and masajid is jam'u, meaning plural, and the dual is called muthanna. Okay, and we also have then mudhakkar and mu'annath. Does anyone know what those words mean? Just out of interest.
Mudhakkar means
ذكر male مؤنث
male.
female.
Yes. Good. Okay. So not to do with plural or whatever, but it's just those are also two important words. So we have mufrad, singular, muthanna, dual, al-jam'u, the plural. Then we have mudhakkar, which means masculine, and muthanna, which means feminine. We can go over that in the future, okay? So when this sound feminine plural, which is just we took muslimatun and we put atu or atun, depending on whether or not we have al on the word, yeah. How does that reflect its being the object of the verb? So we have the fi'l and the fa'il and the maf'ulun bihi. What's its sign of being mansub? Anybody?
كسرة.
Does anyone have a different opinion?
You have to know the context of.
No, but
Yes,
here we do know the context. We have a fi'l and a fa'il and we have a maf'ulun bihi. Okay, so what is this? The sound feminine plural, the sign of it being marfu'a is a dhamma. What is the sign of it being mansub?
Kasra.
A kasra. Yeah. So the sound feminine plural either will take a dhamma when it's marfu', or if it's majroor, it will take a kasra, and if it is mansub, it will take a kasra. Agreed?
Mhm.
Do you guys remember that or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we said the example that we gave before, خلق ma wa ti. Agreed? Where's the object of the verb? What is the object? What is the maf'ulun bihi?
Samawat.
Yes. Okay, Abdullah in Toronto, where is the fa'il?
خلق السماوات. It's assumed, right?
Yes. Okay, it's assumed to be huwa. Okay.
Mhm.
In this sentence, we assume it to be huwa, unless it comes into the sentence. For example, مثلا خلق الله hu. So we have the fi'l, and then we have the apparent doer of the verb, the fa'il, which takes a dhamma. Yes. And then we have the maf'ulun bihi. If it's a sound feminine plural, normally we expect it to take a fatha, correct? But it's a sound feminine plural, so its sign of being mansub is a kasra. Agreed? Does everyone agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Then we have the word qadin. This is called ism manqus. Does everyone remember that we discussed this previously?
Mm.
No.
Qadin is marfu'. Okay? So if we find the word qadin being marfu', it will be qadin with the kasra. With the kasratain. If it's majroor, then how will this word look? So,
Be
مثلا,
the
I
same?
went to, it will be the same. Okay? Let's just have a look at that super quick. So, qadin, okay, if just in case you don't remember, the original word was qadiyun. It was originally like this. For whatever reason, they didn't like it, so they kept it like this. Qadin, this is marfu'. Okay? ذهبت, I went, إلى قاضٍ, I went to a judge. This is majroor. Okay? If this type of word becomes mansub, then the ya will appear. رأيت قاضيا, you saw a judge. Okay? Is everyone following?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is anyone confused by that? I mean, like, it is a bit tricky, but it's hopefully straightforward after we've done this so far. Then we have al-qadi, the judge. رأيت, which is a you saw. فعل, فاعل, مفعول به. Okay? We put a fatha on the ya in this case, okay? If it was marfu', it's just like this. Al-qadi. If it's majroor, it will also be like this. Al-qadi. If it's mansub, it will have a fatha. Is everyone on board?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's see if we can finish this within the next couple of minutes. Okay, everything below this line, except for like this right here, is going to be considered. Can anyone tell me what it will be considered? Okay, everything above this line, we consider in terms of this and this is considered mu'arab, which means what?
Declinable?
Declinable. Okay, everything
Mhm.
below this line is going to be considered mabni except for these. Yeah, which I'm going to go over in more detail later on. So, anta, what does it mean? Abdullah min Kenya?
You.
You, correct. If anta, so as I said before, if anything below this line, apart from these two, is considered mabni, it does not decline, but it can sit in the place of being majroor or mansub. It's a bit of a technical thing, but I just need you to remember it's not considered declinable. So the word anta is never considered that it declines or it changes this word anta to become something else. We just either have it as a detached pronoun or an attached pronoun. Okay? If we're going to attach anta to a verb, it will look like this. If we attach anta and we make it majroor, what would it look like? Does anyone know?
It's the same. It's the same?
No. Any other ideas?
You said if it was majroor?
Yeah, if it's majroor. Will we make, I mean, in the place of majroor, yeah? If anta is in the place of mansub, it becomes ta. Okay? If it's in the place of majroor, what does it become?
Would it have a sukoon?
No.
Oh.
It's literally on the screen right now.
Later.
It becomes ka, right?
Yeah.
Okay, إليك اسم مجرور and ضمير متصل, so attached pronoun في محل جر, in the place of being مجرور, right? So this is the harf jar, and this is the اسم مجرور. Agreed? Are you guys like fried right now? We do not say بيتك. Okay, we say بيتك. But I don't say رأيك. I say رأيت, meaning you saw. Okay, so this depends on whether or not is this now in the place of being like, hold on, this is now in the place of being yuso. So this is still the fa'il, so it's not mansub. 1 second. ضرب. Okay, this is how it changes. ضا را ba ka. Sorry, that's my fault. So if this is a verb and the verb is, and you have a fa'il, then this is what? Is this the fa'il or not?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Mm.
This is the fa'il. So this is in when we have anta and we attach it to a verb. In this case, it will be marfu'. In this case here, because it's the doer of the verb. Yeah, it's the fa'il. And if you guys remember, the fa'il is going to be marfu'. Agreed?
Yeah.
If it's the object, then it will be like this. So I confused you guys before. So if it's either majroor, so if anta becomes majroor, or if it becomes mansub, does anyone know what does this translate as? Darabaka.
He hate you.
So he hit you. Okay, where is the fi'l?
ضرب.
Daraba.
Daraba. Where's the fa'il?
The car.
No.
No, it's in.
He.
You assume it.
Yeah.
It's assumed to be huwa. Okay, so it's called
Uh-huh.
fa'il mustatir. So hidden doer of the verb. Okay,
Mm.
so it's called damir. So also pronoun mustatir, hidden pronoun. Taqdiruhu, assumed huwa. Okay, so it's assumed to be huwa. We will normally translate this as he hit you. So this is now, what is this in the sentence?
مفعول به.
Maf'ulun bihi. Okay. Is everyone on board with that?
نعم.
No.
So we need to change now. Okay. Okay, this one should be fine. So ra'ayta hadha, what does this mean?
You saw this.
You saw this. Okay, this is something, this is called mabni. Okay, so if hadha, which means this for a masculine thing, is in the place of being marfu', it will be hadha. If it is the object, it will remain exactly like this as well. And if I said, for example, dhahabtu ila hadha, then hadha will remain exactly the same. Does that make sense? So hadha is mabni, meaning that in any case that it is, whether it's marfu' in the place of marfu' or majroor or mansub, it will still remain to be hadha. Is everyone on board with that?
Mm.
Are you guys
Yeah.
confused or not?
Not. I'm just saying. You know, anta and auntie, they do change a little bit. Then, in a sense.
Think of them as just different things altogether.
Mm.
This is detached, this is attached, and this is attached. It just depends on whether or not it's going to be detached or attached. And it depends what is it doing in the sentence. So
Mhm.
if we attach anta to a verb, so for example, we don't say it like this, like ra'ay anta. Okay, we just say ra'ayta. If we
Mm.
attach anta to a verb as the fa'il, as the doer, then it will appear like this, just a ta with a fatha.
Mhm.
Okay, but it's considered two separate things. This is the detached pronoun and this is attached pronoun. Okay,
Mhm.
now if we want to attach anta to, or if we want to put anta in the place of being majroor, which is like, for example, ilayka, so harf jar is a majroor, then it appears as a ka. And if it's mansub, then it also appears as a ka. And we attach it to the word.
Right.
So if anta is in the place of being in either majroor or in the place of being mansub, it doesn't appear as anta. We use the attached pronoun instead. So I kind of agree with you. It seems as if it's changing and therefore declining, but that's not how the grammarians describe it, right? So we just have to kind of like wrap our minds around the way that they are describing it. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah.
It's a lot easier if we don't think about this and we just think about hadha. Hadha makes a lot more sense, right? Hadha is always going to be hadha in every case. Okay? So hadha is marfu', and then hadha is also mansub, and if it was majroor, then it would also be hadha. So for example, you put ila, and then you also just write hadha. Like I went to this. ذهبت إلى هذا. Agreed? It doesn't become, for example, هذه. And this here doesn't become like hadhan or something like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you guys want me to finish this little bit? It's not much left, and then we can take a break.
No, يستمر من فضلك.
Okay. I want to talk about this, but I'm making like a completely separate table to discuss this, which is the dual version of hadha, which I think we can just discuss like at a separate point. Okay. So we'll just discuss that in a different lesson. But normally, hadha, dhalika, tilka, those type of words remain the same. Okay. Even ulaika, it just remains always as ulaika. It doesn't become ulaiki or ulaiku. Okay. If we have words like alladhina, which we discussed as meaning like those who, agreed? Those who, or these who, sorry, then that also remains marfu' and mansub and majroor. They all remain the same. So alladhina could be marfu'. Ra'ayta alladhina. Now this is the object. It remains as alladhina. Okay. And if you said, for example, dhahabtu ila alladhina, I went to these, it still remains as alladhina. It doesn't change. For example, it wasn't like una that becomes ina. Okay? These type of words just remain exactly like that. Does that make sense?
Mm.
You guys don't have to memorize this, okay? It's just that I want you to just be aware of it, and then every time we come across it, we can refer back to this. Words like man, like for example, if in a word, if you said ra'ayta man, or I said to you ra'ayta man, like you saw who, then this man remains exactly like this. It doesn't become, for example, manan. That's all you need to remember, right? There's certain words in the sentence that will just always remain like that, regardless of what they are. So if you said dhahabtu ila man, like you went to who, then the word man does not become manin or mani. It remains as man. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then last ones, then this will cover all the categories, hopefully. These are called like compound numbers. So numbers that are like this, where it's like 1 and 10 and masjids. This means 11 masjids. Okay, this like whole kind of sentence that has 3 words, which give you the 11, the meaning of 11 masjids. This always remains like this. Ahada ashara masjidan. This is even if it's marfu'. If you said, for example, as we said before, dhahabtu ila, I went to, then it still is ahada ashara masjidan. Okay, it doesn't become ahadi ashari masjidin. You guys following? You don't have to remember. It's just that you guys understand the concept of what I said, yeah?
Yeah.
And then we have finally these type of words, which is called an ism fi'l, which is basically an ism which gives the meaning of a verb, okay, which is quite rare, but these also don't ever change. So the word amin is not like aminun, aminin, aminan. It's just amin. So if you said, for example, sami'tu, I heard, them say amin, it does not become amin. Does that make sense to you guys?
No.
Cool. that's now we've covered as much as we can of the concept of maf'ulun bihi. All you need to remember is in the sentence, the maf'ulun bihi is going to be mansub, okay? And then what type of reflection would just depend on the type of word. It would be much easier if we could just say it's always going to be done and then becomes done. But because there are different types of words, we can't just say that, right? So, for example, this is the object. It's a sound feminine plural, and its sign of being mansub is a kasra. Okay? I hope I tried to cram that all into like less than an hour, so I hope I've done it justice. Have you guys got any questions before we take a break?
Nope.
Cool. So if we now discuss in the near future the concept of fi'l and fa'il and maf'ulun bihi, everyone knows what we're talking about, yes?
Inshallah.
We will probably forget, but I'm hoping you guys are having a bit of a clearer picture when we look at these texts and stuff like that. That like, okay, things have a fatha. Why do they have a fatha and what have you? Yes. Okay.
So,
Cool. Let's take a break. Yes. Go ahead.
just maf'ulun bihi is like it's the object that the verb is done to.
Yes, that's it. That's all you need to know. Maf'ulun bihi is the
Okay.
object.
The
Okay.
object that the verb is done to.
Yes, the action is being. So if I hit the wall, then the wall is the object. If I drank the water is the object. If I heard the adhan is the object. If I, does that make sense? If I broke the pen is the object. Yeah,
Okay.
because you
So it's
don't you
always
don't normally just say, oh yeah, by the way, I heard, and you'll be like, you heard what? Okay, so there has to be an object in the Arabic language. Not every verb has to have an object, okay? Because sometimes, as we said like ذهب إلى, and this becomes like a half jar ism majrur situation, right?
okay. So it has to be
There's like there's sometimes where you can just say, oh, I left. Oh, where did you go? I left. If you just said I left in that context, it's fine. But if so there's certain types of verbs that won't always have an object. But if you said, oh, what did you do? And I just said, oh, I punched, you'd probably be like, oh, you punched what? Or if I said I broke, then you'd be like, oh, you broke what? But if you just said I left, then that doesn't always require an object. So it depends on the type of verb. Does that make sense?
Assalamu alaikum. Ana adhabu.
Yes. Wa alaikum salam.
nafs
I'll see you in a
الشيء.
bit.